Hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment of The Real Podcasters, the show where we like to cover all things movies, TV shows, video games, and a bunch of other things in no particular order. My name is Regan, as ever, and I'm joined by my absolute bad dog of a co-host. It's Dan. I mean, the choices were either bad dog or, like, bold, maniacal super villain of a co-host. And I thought, you know what? Bad dog actually works out a little bit funnier.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, you will take it.
Yeah, I don't even have an insult to turn back because I was kind of going to go for a dog insult, but never mind.
Classic, really. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of The Real Podcasters. We really do appreciate it, and thank you for the support on the Back to the Future retrospective as Dan starts choking to death. This is just the perks of the middle of the summer now. It's very, very hot.
Yeah, you're gonna have a joy editing this.
Oh, that's fine. I do minimal when it comes to the editing on these things. And obviously, before we get into this, I think I've already figured out your tipple of choice. I believe was Dr. Pepper, wasn't it?
It was some like tropical juice drink before, but now it's Dr. Pepper because it is like what feels like 100 degrees. So yeah, stay hydrated.
Yes. And then there's me with the rum and coke from the Superman merch cup I got from the Odeon, which this episode is not sponsored by, obviously.
Slag.
I saw it. I kind of had to. It was just... and yes.
Is that just going to be like the reoccurring joke now that one of us buys like some bloody cinema merch of something and we just end up calling each other a slag because we just lowered ourselves to paying like 30 quid for a popcorn
I was about
bucket.
to say, I really hope it doesn't become a reoccurring segment because I like having money.
Because I'm pretty sure like I was called some name for showing you the Spinosaurus cup and the T-Rex popcorn bucket.
Yeah, you were called a variety of words in various versions of English.
Various degree of insult as well. I mean,
exactly, yes. As you can probably tell from our hints in the first few minutes and the fact you've probably read the title of this episode because that's how it kind of works, we are going to be reviewing James Gunn's Superman, which I'm not going to lie, I wasn't expecting to do this time. I legitimately thought it was going to be The Descent. I was literally about halfway through the script for that one, and then all I get is just a very vague image of Dan in a cinema, and I'm thinking, right.
Didn't actually plan on saying it this early, by the way.
No, it just sort of happened, as it turns out.
Yeah, it just sort of happened.
Yeah. So, yes, we are going to be reviewing Superman. Easily, I think for me, I don't know about Dan, to be honest. He's probably had a couple of other movies on his list, but this was probably my most anticipated movie of 2025.
Okay, well, let's think.
Careful.
So, there was 28 years later.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, I nearly said it. Nearly said it. We're not going there again. I managed to squeeze in the last episode, so that just made it worse.
Anyway, moving on.
God. Yeah, so there was that film. There was also Snickersaw Rebirth, or as you know, as any other normal person would say, you know, outside of the inside jokes, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the film, the joke makes no sense.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, the joke is going to make absolutely zero sense to you. I mean, do, but, you know. Yeah, when it comes to Superman, I don't know, because it's not usually my film palette. As a lot of people know, I'm just primarily a horror fan, but this had me... When you said that, oh yeah, like, I maybe want to do this, I was like, okay, well, it's by James Gunn. I like all of the Guardians of the Galaxy films to... favour them. Incredible films. Well, I think all three of them are brilliant. Especially the last one, even though it's heartbreaking.
One day.
Yes.
One day we're going to talk about that one.
One day. One day. Might have to just be, like, really, like, drunk to go through the emotional trauma of it, but, you know.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But, yeah, I didn't really think too much of it, and then, when obviously you said you maybe want to do an episode, I was like, right, well... I've got a ticket. Why not? Surprise me, James Gunn.
Yes, exactly. Well, before we get into our general thoughts, I'm going to make the bold assumption, because you've seen the script prompts for this, and because you usually do this, that you have a very brief, spoiler-free synopsis for Superman, even though most people listening to this will have probably seen it.
Yes, it was quite hard to write, admittedly, because
You don't know how to write.
it's what,
sorry.
you sod. God, I hope you choke on that straw. Never mind you choking on the straw, I'm just going to do it instead. Oh, karma's hit me. Okay. Clark Kent must balance his dual identity facing the challenges of life as a reporter in Metropolis, as a reporter for the Daily Planet. I nearly said Daily Bugle when I wrote this, by the way. Nearly. With the responsibility of also being Earth's protector. There
Nice.
you go.
Very well done.
Super brief.
Yes. So, unlike with something like Back to the Future last time, I already know Dan's vague thoughts, because I have read his review, because he got that thing out before I even saw the film. Great on you, honestly.
Is it scary? I don't remember writing that review.
Yes, because that suggests that you didn't write it. Did you get ChatGPT to write it?
I mean, I remember being on a bus and opening the letterbox app, but then I kind of just zoned off into like a ranty world of my own.
Was it one of the other passengers that wrote it for you as you sort of collapsed? It's like, oh, he's on that letterbox thing, right?
Yeah, the actuality is that like it was just so hot outside, I was just collapsed on a bus, so I just scribbled all the notes down on my hand, and some random dude just filled in the review for me on the app. Because there you go, done.
I mean, like, there's worse reviews that I've read on Letterboxd, to be honest. But yes, talking generally before we get into spoilers, I went in with really high expectations, which is always a bit of a danger.
As did I, to be honest.
I mean,
you know, given a certain filmmaker who did a couple of these films before,
he will be addressed and ridiculed.
he will.
Just has to happen. Sorry. Because, I mean, the trailer, I think I even said at the time, for every single trailer that we got, where I was like, it's making the idea of doing a Superman movie very easy. And we haven't had that for a long time. I mean, by all accounts, we haven't had it since really 1980. Saying that,
God, that
well,
long,
I don't, you know, we technically we did do a thing on Man of Steel, but I didn't end up putting it out because the audio was a bit naff. I mean, I think both of us thought that one was fine. Superman Returns is fine. Superman 4 is shit. Superman 3 is also shit. And Superman 2 is great. Really, really great. I left this cinema with the biggest smile on my face, which I was just so happy to see, because I'd read a bunch of reviews naturally going in, because there's, you know, I like to see different opinions.
Well, yeah, it's always good to get a general sort of consensus as to what people think, because I think this is going to be one of a box office hit. To be
yeah,
sure.
if it doesn't make $1 billion, I'll be annoyed. Not that really matters.
Yeah, I'll be a bit disappointed. I mean, given the fact the Snickersaw is very close to getting up there, but I'm pretty sure like all of the world movies have reached $1 billion
yes,
somehow.
they've all made at least just over $1 billion. That being the last one.
Yeah, so I guess time will tell.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, this was easily the best DC movie in years, and it may well be the best Superman movie we've ever gotten, which is obviously going to be heresy for a lot of people. I totally understand. I didn't grow up watching the Christopher Reeve movies. I saw them much later, so it wasn't going to take much for that to change.
I've never seen them, so
I mean,
they're on the list.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously recommend the first two. I do prefer Superman 2, both versions, to the first movie, but that's just me.
I was going to say, people seem to really like the second one over the first one.
It's stronger for me. I think it's got better villains in general, even if the original version is a bit sillier, but that's just down to the director. But we're not talking about those, maybe in the future. So this movie very much took like the story and the character of Superman very seriously, but it's also very true to its core, which is quite silly, which I like. It really leans into the comic book aesthetic that we haven't really let's say we haven't seen a movie like this, like especially for Superman, ever. It's so weird, it's so bonkers, and if you're not into that kind of thing, then obviously this movie is just not going to do anything for you. But if you're prepared to see a different side of Superman that we haven't seen for a very long time, with extremely exciting action, excellent characters, a story that's emotionally resonant as well. This is exactly for me what we've needed from a Superman movie.
Yeah.
And we'll go over to Dan with basically a mirror. I feel like.
Well, to some degree, yeah. Well, I'm just going to come out and say it, right? I mean, it's important to get a different angle to a superhero story, I think, because if you do the same thing over and over and over again, it just gets repetitive. Like, I mean, it's from the same sort of, like, well, is it technically universe? Well, just from DC is basically what it is. But, like, you look at, like, the Batman films, right? So you get the Tim Burton one, and then it goes, you get these really, like, dark couple of films, then it goes a bit more campy with Batman Forever,
which I like.
God, that film sucks.
Okay. I should shut up now.
Yeah, you should. And then you get the other one that came after that one, which
my girlfriend likes that one.
But the point being is, like, you have to do something different with a superhero every now and then. You can't just have Zack Snyder's Dark Superman for, like, a whole quadrilogy of films. It's just going to get boring. You've got to do something new and exciting with it, and I think Gunn was the guy to do it, because although he's a very quirky director, he also has that sort of experience under his belt to actually make a compelling story. Unlike the other one.
There's going to be so many winks and smirks at that other one.
Do you know, it's just hilarious how peed off the cultists of Snyder really are. Like, they criticize, like, so much about this. It's like, oh, the CGI's rubbish. I'm like, have you seen the other films? Have you seen the 4-hour cut? Even the CGI's rubbish in that too.
Do I still own that? I do.
I hope
As it turns out, I still got it.
I mean, you don't really need it anymore, because since this thing came out, it's just made the other ones look absolutely rubbish. So, sorry, Man of Steel, you will be missed. Not.
Man of who?
Man of whom?
Who of Steel?
Man of Cavill.
Moment of silence.
But yeah, I was much like yourself. I came out of the cinema with this, like, huge grin. I thought, what it is? It's actually just such a relief to finally watch, like, a great DC film that has just emerged from the absolute disaster that is the DCEU. And it's just, like, yeah, DC's in good hands now.
Which I think we all kind of thought, especially considering that James Gunn's last effort, or previous effort with DC, was the Suicide Squad, which has its
I love that
it has
film.
its 5-year anniversary next year, so I think we'll probably talk about it then. But that's easily the best.
I just love that film.
It's the best film from the DC EU, so I'm not shocked that James Gunn's brought on to do Superman, which, to be honest, is still a very different movie to the Suicide Squad. It doesn't feel like it's just the exact same movie, just with one superhero instead of, like, 8.
Well, in truthfulness, I was worried that he was kind of just going to do, like, a DC version of Guardians, and I'm pleased that he didn't. Because he could have. I mean, like, I think there's a lot that aligns with it, like, just the way it sort of pans out and stuff, but I know part I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's not.
No.
It's just actually able to stand on its own. Well, not really stand, fly.
It can very much fly
Superman
on its
flies.
own.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into a more spoiler-filled discussion, so this is your warning. Naturally, we can't cover everything, because there's at least... there's a lot to talk about, and no doubt we will miss something, so if we do, that's just how it happens, otherwise this episode will be on for
unless you want, like, the... it's not the Snyder cut, it's the real podcaster's cut.
Yes, it is the real cut.
the real cut. Yeah.
So this is your warning as we delve into spoilers. We'll kick things off with the casting, in particular with David Corenswet as Superman. I didn't really have much to say on his casting when it got announced, mostly because I think with anything when it comes to superheroes, it's like I just need to see something. Like, cast them if you want, but I need to see like what they're actually doing first. And just immediately from that first trailer, nailed it, absolutely. And in the final film he is Superman, like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Brilliant. This feels closer to the kind of Superman I want to see. It's not so, like, I'm all for Superman being quite conflicted, which this movie very much delves into. I mean, there's a lot of this that I'm going to be repeating, so I'll say it up front now. There's a lot that this movie does that is what Snyder tried to do, and it's stuff that I could very much appreciate. Like, you know, I wouldn't say I liked Batman v Superman, but I appreciated the attempts to modernize Superman, except that movie just didn't do anything with it. It was just like, oh yeah, we're going to do it. Well, have you done it? Well, no, I'm gonna. If you give me like another film, and I'll kill him again, and then
I'll kill him again.
The worst thing is, he probably would have done that. So
it's not Superman Returns; it's Superman Reanimates.
Yes, Superman's dead again. Brilliant. Shouldn't be having a drink every single time I talk, Dan. There's always the risk. But yeah, I really like the emotional journey that this version goes on, where he's still trying to find his place in the world when they've been raised believing one thing. When we open with the movie, it's after, because that's the thing with this movie, is that obviously it ditches the origin. We don't actually see the origin for him. We get it as like... Which
I'm glad it does, to be honest. I think everybody sort of knows the origin of Superman. Well, it's like, you don't need another bloody reintroduction to it.
Well, I mean, even James Gunn had said there's 3 origins he never wants to see on screen again. That's Spider-Man, Batman, and Superman. And I think you can... I mean, Spider-Man, they did it spot on with the Tom Holland ones. The Batman... Superman, I don't mind. It's the kind of thing where on one hand, I'm kind of sat there thinking, assumed knowledge for the audience isn't always a good thing. I think Snyder had an issue with doing that, where it's like, oh, well, I use the black suit because people know what the black suit is. I don't, and you don't explain it in the movie, so like...
No, I never understood the black suit thing. I just literally thought the black suit thing was just because it was...
edgy.
It was something to do with the 4-hour cut, yeah. I never understood what it meant.
So obviously you don't need to delve into the origin, but we see at the start when Superman is healing himself with the Superman robots, which I love them so much. I like how Alan Tudyk is he's playing another sarcastic robot after Rogue One and now Superman. He's 2 for 2 on doing that. But what we see is this: Superman can sort of like relax by watching like footage of his Kryptonian parents, one of which is played by Bradley Cooper, which I thought was quite funny. And it's like that. It's a message that they've left him in the pod when he crashed to Earth, but only half of it is actually heard. So it's the bit that he knows, and it's also all in Kryptonian, which I like. It's not just actually in English. I actually quite like that inclusion.
Yeah, it's not like automatically subtitled.
This is, I think, the biggest change that they do to Superman's origin, where it's revealed that Jor-El has basically sent Kal-El to Earth, knowing that the humans are weak and stupid.
You shall be a god.
Yeah, which I quite like that as an idea. Like, it's because if if Jor-El's going to send Kal-El to Earth, he's going to have some sort of knowledge of Earth. He isn't just going to sort of like close his eyes and just put his finger all over like a space map and go, right here. We're actually going to send him here. So he's going to have done his research on us, and it's like, he can be pretty badass on this planet instead.
Yeah, I do like the fact that it's not just like it's Superman and that's it. Like it's an extraterrestrial being. I would be a bit freaked out. I wouldn't be very calm about it. Which, like, I wouldn't be calm about it at all. In fact, I mean, it's when the part is revealed that he's sent to Earth to basically just rule over them because, well, in the words of his parents, people are just stupid. They're just stupid and weak, and then it really divides the opinion of Superman.
Well, exactly. Like, going back to what Snyder was trying to do, he was trying to use the media in Batman v Superman to sort of like create like a divide with Superman, but it doesn't really delve into it. Here, you actually feel it, and it's about Superman having to, get the human race to trust him again, because, it's still pretty early on in his career as Superman. He's only been doing it for a couple of years, so people aren't entirely going to be on board with this, especially because it's just like the most powerful creature on the planet. And so suddenly the idea that, actually his parents did send him here to be a god, that's going to be terrifying. And I do really appreciate, because like I said, they're not doing the origin, but you can tweak it a little bit, at least for this version.
You got them, I think. If you're gonna do an origin thing, just make it different. Don't bloody recycle the thing over and over again.
Exactly, yeah. And then, of course, because we've got a new Superman, of course, we've also got a new Lois Lane. This time played by Rachel Brosnahan. Stammer is going to be awful on some of these names, honestly. Because I mean, there isn't really a version of Lois that I've disliked over the years. I mean, I do really like the...
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean...
I can't think of, like, one particular... I mean, I haven't watched as many Superman films as you have. But even in, Snyder's one, I thought Lois was pretty good.
And as I've been trying to go through Superman and Lois, I really like that version as well. But this one is...
That's on BBC iPlayer.
It is. All 4 seasons now. I'm like, right, I can finally finish season 1. Before
I might start that.
Honestly, for like...
Maybe I'm still like on a high cloud from this film that's making me want to watch like other Superman things.
I think to say when it comes to modern interpretations, I think that version is really well loved. And even though it ended vaguely prematurely, people still do really like the way it ends, of which I know next to nothing about, thank God. But yeah, I think for Superman on a budget as well, on a TV budget, it actually does it really well. And I think Tyler Hoechlin as Superman also is brilliant. But I think when it comes to cinematic interpretations, you're going to get a lot of, this is the best version I've seen on screen. And that's very much the case with Lois here as well. I mean, there's that scene in the second trailer when she's having her first interview with Clark/Superman, which is one of the best scenes in the entire movie. I think it's absolutely amazing.
It is brilliant.
Even just down to the way that David Corenswet shifts between the Clark voice and the Superman voice. I was just like, thank you. That's how you do it. There is a very clear shift between Clark and Superman, which, again, Cavill obviously tried, but there you go, he's just joking again. Suddenly, all of a sudden the edit on this is going to be an absolute nightmare.
I told you.
I know. But yeah, this is easily the best version of Lois I think we've ever gotten. Same thing with Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, which...
Yeah, I've got a lot to say on
that.
Oh,
okay.
Really
proceed. Or is this the point that you say?
Yeah, this is...
I don't like it.
No, quite the opposite. I think this is the best interpretation of Luthor throughout, like, all the Superman stuff I've seen, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. It just leaves like every other portrayal of Lex Luthor well and truly in the dust. Like I to be honest, I think like every other one, I couldn't even tell you who played Luthor. Like I know there's like one in either Man of Steel or Justice League, one of the two. Can't remember who they played it. Can't remember him at all.
Jesse Eisenberg.
It was that who it was. God.
It was shite.
Like yeah, definitely the definitely the best performance. I mean, like easily probably one of the best highlights of the film for me is just Nicholas's portrayal of him, because it's just something else.
I think because like he's
really is,
because he's absolutely maniacal, but he's also really clever and really ruthless. I mean, you have that scene in the prison when he's got that gun to the Superman supporter's head as he's just interrogating Superman, and then you are kind of starting thinking, right,
that was a tense scene.
Yeah, it was. And then just shoots him, and there's like,
and it's like no sort of like, okay, I'll be back in a couple of hours with somebody else to kill.
I mean, it's the kind of thing where we've had so many like Superman and Lex Luthor sort of like relationships or over the movies. Like that always seems to be the one that always ends up happening. And one could say, well, you could have gone with a different villain this time. If you're gonna do Lex Luthor again, you do it like this. You do it really, really well. And he's like the perfect foil for Superman here. Obviously, you've got the physical fight with Ultraman / Superman 2, which I kind of figured it was going to be a clone. That was just going to be the case, which I don't mind. Though there was like that.
I really like how sort of like this guy is so hell bent on beating him. He is sifted through like numerous, like copious amounts of footage of Superman's fights, that he develops his own strategy, that he has like code names. It's like A35 or something like that, and like he tells like Ultraman, do this. It is so like, Jesus, you're clever, and it's scary clever.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where it's like with the Jesse Eisenberg version where because that one's already figured out that Superman is Clark Kent, which we never see, which would have been nice to get a bit of context for. But he's so completely insane that you do question how the hell he's even able to put his shoes on. How
the hell is that? Put his shoes on? You bugger.
I'm not even wrong is the worst thing.
Oh, grief.
Whereas this one is like the perfect balance of quite insane, like to the point that he is prepared to destroy the entirety of Metropolis purely just to make a point, which is like spot on Lex Luthor though as well.
Yeah, definitely. See, if I can't have my way, I'm just gonna basically cause a huge rift that's gonna tear the world apart.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I think I even said to my partner, after the film, I was getting like major Lego Batman vibes with the end of Metropolis, where it's literally the end of Lego Batman. Which is fine, because that...
Oh my god, it is.
Because that's fine, because that movie is brilliant, and the best Batman movie in years, which is just even more funny, frankly. But anyway, so I mean, what I do like as well is the fact that Luthor has sort of been like manipulating the media as well to kind of like have them rally against Superman, and then he's beaten by the media being twisted on him. I thought that's how you get him. You kind of had that.
Yeah, it's not by like storming into his office and beating the ever-loving crap out of the guy, which he does. I mean, yeah. Which is so satisfying, by the way. It is, like, so unbelievably satisfying.
Bear in mind, Superman didn't do it. The dog did it.
That's why it's even more satisfying.
Because,
he hurt the dog.
And the dog
Therefore,
went
he
ape.
just deserved it. And the dog went ballistic.
Yes, and rightfully so. I mean, Crypto is just, that was an easy win. Like, I don't know what it is when it comes to James Gunn and like CGI.
I mean, you can
Animal
surely
side
answer this, but
characters.
is this the first time that Crypto's been on, like, Superman film?
Live action, yes. Obviously, was the focus of
Right.
DC League of Super Pets, which is also way too good, to be honest. It's not right to be that good, especially when it's The Rock voicing Crypto, of all actors. Use that in quotations. Um, but yeah, Crypto I think was an easy win here and just stole it every single time. But I love, actually, with like another twist to it, is that he's not actually Superman's dog in this. Like, Superman is just...
Yeah, it's Supergirl's
Yeah.
pet, and Superman's just pet sitting.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, Crypto is just not going to listen to a single thing he says. Which, I actually really love that, to be honest. I had heard rumours that Supergirl was going to pop up in this very, very briefly. I thought it was going to be in like a mid or end credit scene, but no, you see Millie Alcock as Supergirl, just utterly drunk and nonsensical. And I just...
Because I'm sure Superman says, like, it's no wonder the dog's behaving
Yeah.
this way.
He...
Oh, I nearly choked on my Tango Ice Blast with that goddamn
Of course
line.
he did. And I love the inclusion, especially because Superman and Supergirl are two very different characters, and you see that in like that 1 minute scene. And I love the line of how she has to go to different planets because she can't get drunk on a planet like Earth with like a yellow sun. Though I'm immediately brought back to like that scene in the first Captain America movie when he's sat in the bar really sad and he's just drinking just tons and he can't actually get drunk, and that's just making him even sadder.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like...
He's just sitting in the bombed out bar and he's like having like really strong whiskey and he's just absolutely fine.
It's like, how dare he?
Probably the smell of that would get me drunk.
But yeah, I really like that little inclusion, and like I say with Crypto. How are you on the Justice Gang?
Christ, I love him. And yet it's the best interpretation of Greenland as well.
Let's face it, it's only the second that we've got, well, third if you count the weird-ass creature in Justice League, which we don't talk about.
Oh, no, we don't speak about that
Ryan
thing.
Reynolds.
We really don't. Yeah, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, God, it's just like... This is how you do a Superman film.
Because that's like the thing.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where I think even when I was watching the trailers thinking, right, this does feel like there's a lot of people here. Is it going to overshadow Superman? No, actually, to be honest. They're very much off to the side. And I like the sort of explanation, because if you remember when we got the first photo of David Corenswet as Superman, and it was that, it's photo that kind of went a bit... definitely divided people, because that's him sitting down putting his shoes on, and in the background there's like a massive monster just like destroying the entire city, and people are like, well, why the hell isn't he dealing with that? There's like, people are getting this angry over a fucking photo.
Who's the other one? I'm trying to remember who the... You've got Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, who's the other guy? Mr. something.
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. That's it, yeah. Why was I thinking Mr. Brilliant?
Same thing anyway, he's brilliant.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting him to be my favourite of the three. I thought, Jesus, you're actually... Yeah, you are actually terrific. So well done.
Yeah, your superhero title lives up to its name.
Yeah. But yeah, in the movie, it's the Justice Gang that are dealing with it. So all of a sudden it's like, you didn't have to give us a reason for that, but you know what, I'll take it. Again, it's just such a weird movie, but I really appreciate that, because they could have just made it like really stripped back, very gritty, very dark, very serious. We've already done that multiple times now, and we've proven that it actually doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
You can plonk Superman in a realistic scenario. I mean, Superman and Lois did it, but it's also a TV drama, so it kind of makes sense. Whereas for something like this, it needs to be really bombastic and really larger than life. Because, yeah, there's some wacky stuff in this movie with black holes and pocket universes and everything, and you kind of just have to think, and you kind of just have to go with it, to be honest.
Yeah. I'd rather it be completely, like, off the wall than just be some generic thing. Like, God, I've seen enough of generic superhero films to know that you need a film like this where it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to go with the flow.
Yes, exactly. What are your...
Go with the flow as Hawkgirl did when she started just prodding a giant weird monster's eye out.
I love that.
I kind of felt the pain, admittedly.
Yeah.
Like, she's got like a mace of some, like a really pointy mace, and she's just ramming this thing into this poor creature's eye. I just thought, ooh, nah.
There's just so many good... okay, well, actually, what's your favourite moments from the movie? Even if the ones that we've already spoken about. So there's probably there's probably a few. I've got 5.
Oh, yeah, there's a few. I would probably... I'm going to cough first. That's not scene.
The coughing scene.
Yeah, the coughing scene. Well, I think Lex Luthor getting his comeuppance, that's definitely one scene. The jailbreak scene as well, that is really good. The stuff with Crypto, I mean, trying to narrow it down, it's getting harder and harder the more I think about it. But honestly, like, just when Superman goes back to his parents' home and him and his dad have this, like, really sort of, like, sweet moment outside as well, I think that's really sweet. Yeah, there's a lot. To be honest, it's really hard to actually narrow it down to just 5.
I mean, it must be said that it's actually nice that we've got a Superman movie with Jonathan Kent and he doesn't die. He actually makes it to the end of the movie. Which, to be honest, when that first trailer dropped, you do see Pa Kent, but you don't see Ma Kent until the other trailer. So I was sat there thinking, oh, have they flipped it? And she's not there now. Thought that could be quite interesting. I mean, let's face it, they've done it with No Way Home. They very much flipped it and got rid of Aunt May. Spoilers for a movie from 4 years ago.
Oh, I'd also remember this one. When basically Lex Luthor is just really just wanting to kill the guy now, and he sends the engineer and Ultraman after him, and the engineer like does this weird thing. Her power is she has like these
nanotech,
like, micro, nanotech, and she basically uses it to try drown him. And I thought, oh, that's like horrible. And then I mean the fight with him and Ultraman as well is pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the guy is yeeted in front of a moving object and just sent into a black hole. If you're gonna go, that's the way you're gonna go.
KBB, killed by bus.
Killed by bus.
I mean, yeah. When it comes to my favorite moments, I mean, I'm similar to you when it comes to literally anything with Crypto. The Supergirl scene towards the end, I'm very much I was already looking forward to a movie next year. I think it's nice to finally get her on the big screen. The scenes with the Kents as well, I really liked. The first proper interview with Superman and Lois, which I do like. I do like the fact that they reference the fact that Clark has only ever been doing interviews with Superman himself, so that no one else sees, and it's just like so biased. I was like, how have you still got a job after this? This is brilliant.
It's like bloody Peter Parker and Spider-Man, isn't it? He just happens to be the only guy who's able to capture.
Yeah,
it's like it's not raising red flags at all or anything.
But honestly, I think my favourite scene might actually be the very last one before the credits, when he's back in the Fortress of Solitude, sort of like healing himself, and he asks to once again see footage of his parents, but now it's flipped and it's with the Kents, and I could have just cried, to be honest. It was really beautiful.
Oh yeah, God,
that is the perfect way to end the movie, like just spot on. and just ending with him just like lying there smiling as like, yeah, this is my family. It's not that one. Screw them. Just screw the entirety of Krypton.
I'm glad it's got.
But you got to think, if and when they do another version of General Zod, he isn't even making it to the planets. Just
No.
like, Kryptonian? Nope. Get out. Earth is closed, dear. Do you have any issues with it, though? Like the movie in general?
No,
Bugger.
not one. Not an issue.
I mean,
no problems at
mine are
all.
more nitpicks, to be honest. I mean, I think I would have liked...
Well, that's just
Well, yeah,
you.
it's me.
The nitpick podcasters.
This is just what we do. I could have had a better explanation for the Pocket Universe prison thing. I thought that kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, I don't mind it, but I was like, okay, so he's
Yeah, I don't think that's ever really explained, but again, I was just kind of going with the flow.
yeah. Again, it's like I said before. If you can't get with it, then fair enough. Where are you on the music? Because that was the one that I was very much on the fence with.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like a Hans Zimmer score, but I like it.
That's the thing with me, where it's like we already knew from the start that the movie was going to employ the Superman march from John Williams. The last time they've tried to do that with these movies was with the theatrical cut of Justice League, where they just replaced the Hans Zimmer theme with the John Williams theme, even though it's a completely different version of Superman, so it doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you look at the Danny Elfman theme for Batman, they've used that in the Michael Keaton ones, they use it in Lego Batman, they use it in the animated series, they've continued using it. It feels like the definitive Batman theme tune. So maybe I am being like really nitpicky, because I do really love the rendition of the Superman marching, but they do use the same bits quite a lot. And I think I would, I do like it. I do like listen to it. I've listened to it quite often since seeing the movie. But I think I would have preferred a Hans Zimmer approach, not necessarily in tone, but just reinvent it. And let's face it, the Man of Steel theme is top tier. I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, it's probably the only reason why I'd really consider watching Man of Steel. Really, I mean, it's a fine film, but I mean the score is what probably makes it more enjoyable for me.
And like I said, I might sound like I'm just nitpicking when it comes to that, but yeah, I mean, I do really love the theme. It really must be said. So I think I might be.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance we're probably going to go and see it again this week.
Oh.
Just goes to show you just have to give me a good movie. Which I say that 2025, there's been a lot of really really great movies, but
Yeah, that has. But there's also been a few. Well, I'm yet to see a 2025 film that has been like absolutely god awful.
I have.
Yeah, I know you have.
Megan 2.
You've seen a few.
Megan 2, Jurassic Park 7, F1, how to not train your dragon or just kill the dragon, anything like that.
Just put it out of its misery.
Just hurry up and see Sinners, for the love of God. Honestly.
I know.
But yeah, I think we'll start to wrap things up, because I think I've unless there's anything else we haven't spoken about.
I think we've pretty much covered everything.
Brilliant. Well, actually, finally, because we didn't talk about it, the suit. What do you think of the suit?
Great. No complaints.
No complaints at all. It's nice, isn't it? It's always weird.
Yeah,
Every
nice.
time we just talk about something that we both like, and it's like, I like this. Like, yeah, me too. Right.
I know, it's strange.
I could do an...
I like it. Well, I don't.
I could do like an alternate version of this episode, and it's like 4 minutes long. It's just, I like this. Yeah, me too. The end.
I think it would, essentially be the new Jurassic World if you did that. It's like, you just slating the film like, actually it was alright.
We're not talking about it. Never. Because unfortunately, while we accidentally did a 2 and a bit hour review of Jurassic World Dominion, we would be making this one longer than 2 hours, because I'll not stop talking.
It would be longer than Snyder's Justice League.
Of which, again, we're not talking about again, even though it's its 5-year anniversary next year. We covered it for its 1-year anniversary 3 years ago, and I don't need to do it again.
And that was enough. And that was enough.
That was well enough. But yes, as we wrap things up, it is just nice getting a Superman movie that is actually, like, well, first and foremost, a Superman movie. It's nice, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've said everything we could possibly say. Very impressed, still quite surprised. There's still a part of me that thought something might happen, and I might not be a fan. But no, I think it's just nice that we're both on the same page. Thank God. It's only taken a couple of episodes. Only seen Back to the Future once. Which actually, oh yeah, we did actually see it after the end of the first one. Have you seen part 2 and 3 yet?
No, I haven't.
It's always next week.
Yeah, there's always next week. I have a lot, and I mean a lot, to catch up on.
Unbelievable. But yes, that is...
Back to the Future 2 is like... about 6 films down the line.
Let me guess, is Godfather Part 3 before that?
Oh god, that's way down.
Oh,
that's
thank
way,
goodness.
way down, because even I know that isn't great.
I wouldn't know. Not interested.
It's, I mean, if you look at the consensus for the first 2 films and then look at Godfather 3, something went wrong.
Something went wrong.
Yeah, something went wrong.
Just like, oh no, the script had just finished itself. Amazing.
Like, for clarification, like, since our letterbox is open right here, right now,
Oh, great.
let's, just add it to the bonus content of this podcast episode. Godfather? So, the first Godfather has, a letterbox rating of 4.5, so that is, like, one of the highest rated films.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the sequel, before Dan dies of a cough again. You get to the sequel from 74, which has a rating of 4.6.
Is that it?
Is that it?
As you can tell, I couldn't care less. Okay.
And then you get to The Godfather Part 3, 3.5.
That's still really
Something
good.
went wrong.
To be honest, though, 3.5.
Yeah, but it's a pretty big drop from bloody 4.4 to 3.5.
Can't please anyone.
God, everybody's a critic.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Rum's finished. The rum's gone. Where's the rum gone? Anyway, we will wrap things up before Dan starts choking to death.
Yep. I think Dan needs to take more of his cough medicine.
But yes, that is our thoughts on the new Superman movie for the DC Universe, or DCU, whatever you're going to call it. As you can probably tell, both are...
I'm just going to call it DC, because the DCEU is just dead in the ditch
Well, that's fine,
now.
we're going to call it the DCU. We'll just get rid of the... DC universe.
Which is what most of those films were.
Yeah, a lot of them was... Especially the last one. Good lord. But anyway, thank you very much for listening. We really do hope you enjoyed it. Now, because there's not going to be any changes this time, there's not going to be a random movie we're going to suddenly cover. Next week's episode will, of course, be our 20th anniversary retrospective on The Descent. Spoilers, another movie we both really love, so there's just going to be a lot of gushing, to be completely honest. And we're not talking about Descent 2.
Oh, great. Just another film to add to an ever-growing, films that I have to watch this week.
I don't even know if it's...
Fine, that one will get moved up the list.
I don't know if it's... Well, I don't think it's streaming anywhere. You can probably rent it. But I'm surprised you...
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with renting
okay,
it.
That's fine.
If it was a crap film, I'd say no.
If it's a crap film, we wouldn't be talking about it, Dan. I'm nice this time.
Exactly. Well, that's just a blatant lie.
Well, no, if it's like an accident, then fair enough. Like, if it's a new one that ends up being naff, then yeah, we're going to change it. We'll either not talk about it, or I'll just watch you sort of like wincing in the corner, just like...
Oh, God.
But yes, we will be back very soon with our review of The Descent. So we'll see you then. And until then, it is goodbye from Dan.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.